Good evening. It was a pretty wintry end to the week in many parts of the UK. Snow brought disruption for some, although it did bring some beautiful scenes as well. That was how it looked for a weather watcher in East Dunbartonshire.
Hello. Well, earlier the skies were clear and we had a touch of frost, even some icy patches in places after the recent wintry weather. But now a weather front is approaching and the first half of Saturday at least will be very wet and windy.
Good morning, both of you. Good morning as well at home. If you're still watching us from your bed at the moment, maybe just stay there a bit longer because it's not looking pretty out there. We've got some very wet and windy weather around to start your weekend. But bear with it, many areas in the north and the west will turn brighter. Bit of sunshine, although with a few showers later on as well.
Matt, I don't know what he looks like. He's going all Spider-Man on us this morning.
Where's he headed to?
Took me a while to climb up here, John. Took me a while. Very good morning. I thought I'd take you a little bit further afield. It's not been travelling much, have we? Let's head to New York because whilst we've had a bit of snow through the past few weeks, here we've had their first snowstorm of the season to take us into Friday morning. Look at these glorious scenes in Central Park. 15 centimetres of snow fell there, 25 at LaGuardia Airport. It was a big, massive snowstorm for those in Kentucky and also West Virginia, where we saw as much as 15 inches, 40 centimetres of snowfall. And there's a little bit more sleet and snow for them to come later this weekend. It's all due to this area of cloud. It's not coming our way. That's going to shoot its way up towards Iceland. But what we do have is this cloud to start the weekend right across the UK, bringing a pretty wet and windy start to Saturday for many of you. Well, it may be a wet and windy start to the weekend for many of you, but as we go into the afternoon across many western areas, we should see a little bit more sunshine at times. I'll have your full forecast here on Breakfast.
Matt was on a skyscraper in New York half an hour ago. Oh, you've come back down to earth.
Yeah, damp dales this time, to be honest, John. Very good morning to you. If you've got any outdoor jobs to do today, my best advice is probably to leave them till a little bit later because a wet and windy start today across much of the UK, but things will gradually turn brighter from the west as we go through the morning and into the afternoon.
Do we see if that cold, wet, drizzly weather is going to continue? The picture suggests maybe.
A little bit over the next 24 hours, but not much in the way of snow in the forecast through this coming week because things will turn a touch milder next week. But out there at the moment, we've got some snow in the hills in Scotland. If you're about to head out, it is pretty wet and windy across most areas, but bear with it. Particularly across the north and the west, you'll see things turn much brighter through this morning and certainly into the start of the afternoon.
Oh, bit of blue sky, Matt.
There will be. Yeah, I think the travel industry will be quite pleased that it's quite grey and wet out there for many first thing this morning. People are probably encouraged to book, but we will see something a little bit brighter as we go through the day. The wet and windy weather clears and we see some sunshine, just a few showers later on.
If you're heading out and looking through the window and thinking what's going to be like, Matt can give us an update.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone Spider-Man, yeah.
I've scaled my mountain, scaled my own little skyscraper again, John. Good morning. We'll come to the UK forecast in a short while. We've seen, of course, a bit of snow here recently, but take a look at some of these images that have just come out from New York, who saw their first winter storm of the season through Thursday night into Friday. Here in Central Park, 15 centimetres of snow fell, a bit more on the outskirts of the city, but it was parts of Kentucky and West Virginia worst hit. 40 centimetres of snow fell during the space of a day. And according to my brother who lives in Kentucky, many of the interstates were littered with crashed and abandoned vehicles. This is the area of cloud, area of low pressure that was responsible. It's been affecting Boston, now pushing the North Atlantic. It's not going to hit us directly. It's going to push its way up towards Greenland and also Iceland.
That looks nice there anyway.
Well, you know, we've been talking about Sunshine Saturday, haven't we, today? So we're better, John and Nina, than the Algerian desert for a bit of sunshine. Well, that's what you would probably think. But take a look at this footage from yesterday in Algeria. It was the desert covered in snow. Now, the snow is not a completely unusual thing here, but like us in Europe, the cold air has been pushing its way southwards and caused these wintry scenes to form. But like here in the UK, that cold air is now being cut off. We've got this big swirl of cloud in the North Atlantic. It's going to start to drag in something a little bit milder